Hey everyone, welcome to another video tutorial. My name is Justin Coy, and today I want to walk you through how to create workflow-based policies to control access within your application. Now, in a previous video, I talked about roles and permissions and how to create and assign them to users. Now let's get more granular with our permissions by using policy workflows. Now consider this scenario. You're building an application for a school, and your application has two types of users, students and administrators. One of the dashboards required will be a class schedule dashboard. So both the students and the administrators will have access to this dashboard, however, their views will be slightly different. So suppose your requirement is, any student that loads this dashboard will only be able to see their schedule of classes, and they shouldn't be able to add, edit, or remove any of their classes. For the administrator, there is no restriction in the data list, meaning they can see everything. The administrators will be able to add or remove a class in the data list, and they should also be able to edit a student's class schedule. So how are we going to accomplish this? So what we'll do is create an init workflow to define the policies that I just laid out. So the first thing we'll do is create a workflow. Call it my class schedule init. We'll start with a get parameters. Then we'll go down into the custom blocks and select dashboard rule. So let's connect these blocks and save. Okay, so opening the dashboard rule block, we'll see various options. So let's use this block to define the rules for the student user. So we'll name this block student. And now we'll select our live space and dashboard in question. So this is Justin's Cool app with the My Class Schedule dashboard. Now under component, we're able to see the assets that make up that dashboard. In this case, there's only one asset, which is our data list, the My Schedule data list. Now we have four primary options. View, is the user able to view the data list? Export, is the user allowed to export the data list to a CSV? Add, is the user able to add new records? And edit, is the user able to edit records? So for the student, we allow them view access only. So view is the only option that will set to true, and the rest are going to be false. And if we click into the down arrow here, we'll get even more options. So here we can add a where clause to filter the list. And since one of our requirements is to only show the student's respective schedule, let's go ahead and add a where clause, where email is equal to one of our template functions, the login user email. So that way, we only load the records associated to the email. We can provide a default group and sort by. We can limit the number of records in a list. And we can control the data list action buttons here. Now for the student, they shouldn't have any options here. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and remove the option to remove a class. Great, we'll save and close and save our workflow. Great, so far we've built a workflow that has a dashboard rule block. Inside that block, we've defined the rules for the student user in our class schedule dashboard. Now let's connect this workflow to the dashboard and we'll see what happens. So first, we'll go ahead and enable the workflow log for this workflow so we can see how it executes. And going back into the dashboard, we'll get into edit mode. And in the top right, we will see init rule. Select that, and here is our init workflow, right? So we'll go ahead and select that. So now each time this dashboard is loaded, our policy workflow will run and apply the rules defined. So I'm currently logged in as an admin. So what I'll do now is impersonate one of the student users. Okay, we'll load our dashboard. So now if we view the dashboard, you'll see that we have a slightly different view. As a student, I can only see my records, and I can't add or remove any classes. And if I click into a record, I'm unable to edit it. Now that we see that our rules are working, let's go back into the workflow. And now let's make sure that this rule only executes for students. So if we take a look at the log, what you'll notice is that my app role for this user is set to student. So let's create a condition where if the app role is student, then we'll go ahead and execute the student block. So let's add our conditional, and we'll define our condition is a student. Equals student. Okay, so we're going to say data.appRole is equal to student. Now let's change our get parameters to data, and we'll save. So now let's finish the workflow with another dashboard rule for the admins. So we'll keep it simple, and we'll say if the user is not a student, then they're automatically an admin. So we'll go ahead and define our rules for the admin. So for the admin, there is no restriction. So what we'll do, again, we'll go ahead and select our LiveSpace and dashboard and our My Schedule data list. So they're able to view, export, add and edit, and that's it. So if we save our workflow now, go back to the dashboard and reload, we can see, great, that worked. Let's check the workflow log. Perfect, it took the correct path. So now what I'll do is I will change my role from student to admin. We'll go back into the dashboard, and now we'll see as an admin, I'm able to see all of the records. I'm able to add, remove a class, and also able to edit the student class records. So I hope you enjoyed this introduction tutorial to policy workflows and how they're used in Visru. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.